Alright, hello, good evening. How is it going? Let's see who is here. 765RS, hello. Rivius, J Reggie, hello. Lana, Conan, good evening. ODM, Abstraction Layer, Bull, welcome. Captain Badass, hello. Uter, Pogert, hello. Chatters, thanks for the 11 months. Scruffy, thank you so much for the 34 months. Mr. Kupo, hello. How's it going? Mason, how many keyboards have you built assembled so far? I have 30 keyboards, so yes, the chance of encountering a defective PCB 3.4 goes way up. I had the same problem with my Iron 165, Satisfaction 75 Rock, TKL, and Mode Sonnet. Oh man. That was funny when it happened. I miss seeing your bed. Me too, to be honest. It's a bleak, boring wall behind me. Hopefully at the new place, when I move in a month, it won't be as boring because hopefully it'll face a wall that I can decorate, but I'm not sure about that. It all depends on how it works out. What color OC-62? You'll say I actually have all three colors. And I'll show you guys what they all look like. But we'll be building the silver one today. I miss JD. I do miss JD as well. JD is doing his job protecting the... being the guardian. The boss guardian. Just move your bedroom in here, Diego. I'm literally am in my bedroom. Except the bed is like that way, you know? Kinda looks like you're streaming from purgatory. It basically is. Temporary purgatory, but it basically is. Oh, it looks kind of bright, doesn't it? Let me turn off the... Oh, I see. Yeah. I think that should be good. Alright. Replace chair with bed, problem solved? Sounds easy. My sub is about to be a three-nager? Oh damn, 33. Yeah. That's a long ass time. $33, that's almost 3 years. And that's just literally, and that's like on and off too, right? So yeah. Anyway, let's get started. So today we are building a board that's currently on group buy. The interest check was posted a little while back. This keyboard is called the OC-62, and this is by Bolt Keyboards. They are actually in the chat today, so if you have questions regarding the buy or anything in particular, you can always ask. If they're not around and to answer questions, that's okay though. All the info should be on the Keycaps thread interest check, as well as on the product page on Lube switches. So yeah. For what it's worth, there is a referral link on the build command. I'm not even sure if the referral even works. So if you purchase a board, you know, you can feel free to use it, but you're not obligated. Just remove the referral tag and you'll be fine. Other than that, obviously I'm building this prototype on behalf of the designer, and you know, full disclosure, like I do get paid to build the board, but my opinions are just truly my own. I'm actually pretty excited to build a board today because it is a 60% first of all, which is one of my favorite form factors. It's probably my favorite to use on the desk. I do have a TKL right now though, but TKL and 60% are my two favorite layouts to use. 60% is particularly great because they do save space at the same time, look pretty good and are pretty usable. So, so yeah, let's get to it. All right, so this is the case that came with, came in the box. My credit card expires one time like 2 years ago. And he still punished me for it. Oh, dude, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Codebra, what's up? Hello, thanks for the Prime sub. This is designed with synthetics and myself. Yes, my bad. So this is a co-design with synthetics as well. Who actually I don't think they're here, but yeah, that's true. And I believe all right. So it comes in this case. I think this case is just for because they just had this case around. So don't. I think the case will be different, right? The capybara. I actually don't know. That I think Bull can answer. Yeah, different logo for the case, I assume, if it comes with a this leftover. Okay, so from a different board, but yeah. All right, so here's the kit. I have my stabs and my switches here, and here we have a cute Bull logo. Obviously, Bull. Nice little logo in the bag, cloth bag, pretty nice, with the string. And then here we have our. So this PCB is a spare from whatever previous board they used it on. There's a BB60 by Sleep Dealer. Has a capybara silk screen, but the actual OC-62 silk screen will be different. These are some gaskets over here. We have some other gaskets here. And then we have an aluminum plate today. So I'm just gonna move this to the side so I can actually also show you that I have a few other boards. So here I have a second board, and here I have a third keyboard. So today we actually have 3 keyboards. The reason being that these are the 3 different colors that are currently available for the group buy. WTF, how many number 2s do you have? I only have one number 2 TKL. I do have a 65 though. Oh, this with the 30 rating party. Welcome, Disastertron. Welcome, Raiders. How are you all doing? Welcome. Yeah, sorry, I was looking down because I was getting this stuff and I was making sure that I didn't drop anything. How are y'all doing? Disastertron, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? Alright. So, alright. Maybe I'm thinking of a blue number 1. Oh yeah, I do have a number 1 TKL. Alright, so the first color and the board that we are going to be building is a silver HKB unit here. So you can check out the design. Actually, I need to change it to manual focus so it actually focuses on the board as I raise it up. So this is what the keyboard looks like on the internals. It's a prototype, Bull and synthetics design. Has a little badge in the middle that comes up from the weight. It's actually part of the weight. Nice little cherry style lip at the front, and you can see that it has 2 portions for the gaskets at the bottom, 3 at the top. And then here we have the side profile. So the weight, which is here made out of copper, forms part of the bottom and the side profile here, which is pretty cool. Goes all the way, almost all the way to the edge. It does have a little bit of a ledge so you can actually still pick it up. It is a keyboard and a keyboard streamer, yeah. And as you can see, it has a little chamfer for the very intentional seam. So it looks pretty nice though. Intentional seam can be a pretty cool look. The chamfers are pretty noticeable all around the board, but it is a look. Centered USB-C port, as you can see, which is split in the middle. No, actually, no, it's not split. It's actually part of the copper weight here, and the bottom of the case forms part of that entryway. And as you can see, the screws here, we have 8 screws. And it says OC-62 at the bottom. Nice lines here going engraved on the weight. And as you can see, the bump-ons are also bronze weight. Oh, bronze, copper. Okay, I need to get my facts straight. Yeah, you're right. Okay, this is the bronze weight. My bad. So yeah. Why do I feel like this is 750? The group I think starts at 390. Yeah. Anyway, so as you can see, the bump-ons are the Geon style feet. So you can actually insert the bump-ons and remove them, replace them, whatever you want to do. And there are 8 bolts here, countersunk bolts here, holding the case together. And then on the interior, there are 6 little countersunk bolts holding the weight to the bottom case. And yeah, so this is the silver unit. Next unit that we have, and the next color, this is the limestone colorway. This is already built. It was built prior to it arriving here. This is the limestone unit. This one has a brass weight, I assume. This is brass. It looks like brass to me. And then it has these CRP caps, and below the CRP caps, which if I can take one off with my hands, but I can't. So I'm just gonna use a puller. But below the caps are some Ergo Clears, some Cherry MX Clears with a lighter spring, some Ergo Clears here built on an aluminum plate, and of course HKB layout, as you can see, some CRP. So that's the limestone. Pretty nice colorway. I'm pretty keen on this one too. It's like a light gray, sort of like warm gray kind of tone. Reminds me a little bit of the TGR910 CE, the first one that had that warm gray sort of tone. But it's a pretty nice color. Maybe a little bit less on the gray side, or like the brown side, but it definitely has that warm gray sort of tone. It's very nice. Somewhat muted. And I believe the PCB is desoldered, so technically it's not perfect. Like, it's desoldered, but the switches are in, like with the 5 pins. But yeah, it is mounted with gaskets and everything, though. It's on the quieter side. Alright, and the third color, which is available through the group buy, is this one. Is this the one that's called, is it called Blackberry, I think? Remind me. But it's basically a purple color. Yes, Blackberry. So this is the Blackberry colorway. Yes, it's kind of like an eggplant purple. But it is a very, very deep purple. And this is the copper weight. But very nice colorway. This is super, super nice. It's a very nice deep purple. I'm sure that the camera will make it lean a little bit towards a different color, like maybe towards blue or something, but I think it should look pretty purple on the camera here. At least from my screen, I can tell it's pretty close. Yeah, it's a little bit bluer in the camera, I'm sure. That's just the way the color science of this camera works. I've tried to tune it a little bit better, but it keeps coming out a little bit bluer than I want. And then if I compensate, I put it in a different direction, it appears a little bit too off in the other colors. So I'll try it again some other time. Anyway, so this is another prototype here with copper weight, and this is the Blackberry colorway. Pretty good stuff. Nice colors, nice color picks. 3 different color choices. You get the silver, the limestone, and the Blackberry. And I will go ahead and remove these bump-ons because we will require them shortly. So I will go ahead and just kind of half cover these guys and leave them on the side so that they're still visible if you wanted to still see them, but not completely gone. So maybe like this. Designers don't like to name keyboards with purple, like the blue keyboard the other day. Oh yeah, so I asked a designer, and so like that prototype, the Aero board, right? That one, it's like, yeah, it's supposedly, they tried to do this blue, but they kind of turned out a little bit on the purpler side, and so he was like, yeah, the one on the one in production should be more on the blue side. So they're like tweaking that a little bit, I think. But yeah, colors and anodizing, just, it's not a fun business, I think. It looks cool, but not a fun thing to do when you're on the business side of it. I feel just too many risks and too much variance in the whole process. So yeah. Okay, well, just should I swap over the copper weight instead of this bronze? Oh yeah, you're right. Now that I see them side by side, you can see that the copper is noticeably different to the bronze. So maybe I'll go ahead and actually swap the weights. SMH Diego showing off Keycaps resin. Oh wait, wrong screw size. I can just remove the weight from here, right? Because it's just on the bottom piece. So I'm just gonna do this. I mean, I don't mind whichever way it goes. If you guys want me to leave the bronze, I can just leave it. But I'll just leave the copper on this side. I was asked to do copper, but we can just leave both. And I can simply actually just put this, half cover it, and then, yeah, just leave it here. And that's because all units come with copper, so I guess it's more representative if we use the copper. The copper and bronze represent the designer's ELO. This seems amazing for the price, but I don't know how it sounds without an internal weight. Would you rather have an internal weight over something that's external, or like this one? Oh, I might as well put the daughter board on too, actually. So, I'm not sure if you're noticing here, the weight itself is machined in such a way that it is self-aligning to the bottom case. That's why it kind of is milled this way, where you can see the indentations for the screws to go on, right? Screw holes there. And then there are also these little tabs that line up the daughter board itself. This uses the S1 style daughter board. And so it's this oval kind of like this pill sort of shaped daughter board. And so you don't need screws to put the daughter board on, which is kind of neat. So you can just, you know, put the daughter board on like that, and then, you know, make sure that your cable doesn't get pinched or anything, and like that. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that it doesn't get pinched though, because it does look like it could. I want to weight with an internal keyboard. So basically a solid piece of brass, copper, steel, whatever, and then just mill it inside, and then it'll just, you know, so that, I mean, well, actually, just get one of those those all brass, all copper boards. That's basically a weight with a keyboard. Except it'll probably sound like, they kind of do sound like a tin can sometimes. Some influencer complained about a board not having a weight once. I'm not an influencer, so it was probably not me. I don't influence. I only make bad decisions for myself. All right, so we have this very cool orange plate. Neat color. I want a keyboard this color, burnt orange color, instead of a plate of this interesting color. I want a keyboard of this interesting color. I think it would be pretty cool. But anyway, there's our plate. The artisan channel was a mistake. I mean, that's not up to me to decide. If you happen to encounter the artisan channel and stayed there, that's your fault. Hello and I'm sorry. Or welcome and I'm sorry. Alright, so for staffs we just need 3 staffs, so at 1 7U and 2 U's. For HKB layout. Half the OTDs don't have weights. I mean, it's a good point. So a lot of them don't. Yeah, I do think there are boards with no weight that also sound fine. It all depends on how you build it. IMO. Combination of plate, switches, keycaps, it all matters. Bloody easy, hello, how's it going? Maybe I'll flip it this way. Looks cool. Alright, 205. I feel like lube job has a bigger impact than any weights do. I mean, like switches, yeah. Pork Thief says, my Duck Orion B 2.5 has a weight from Rugi Bomb that's been delayed indefinitely. Still sounds great. Oh yeah, Rugi Bomb used to do those aftermarket weights too, right? King Saver doesn't have weight. Trash. I kind of want to try a King Saver again. I haven't tried one since like a meetup a long time ago. But they look great because of also I really like the King Savers with the Wang 725 caps. Or is it 725 or 825? I forget which number. I think it was 7, but they look great. So literally CBA's Kingsaver, I believe all of them have Wang 725 or 825, right? I thought it was made for that board. Keycaps and stuff, and PCB wise too. Yeah, pretty sure the Kingsaver is designed for them. So like that's the only choice you get. You can replace like alphas and stuff, but you can't like the modifiers are very are particularly in one way. It's not a drop-in for the PCB though. Makes sense. Old board. Wait, what? In before Angry Meow mix keywords with microtransactions. Oh, onboard gotcha. Onboard DLCs must purchase on the board itself. Only way for you to get upgrades for your board. Digital transactions only. Yeah, your alphas are different, but the mods have to be the 825. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I love the 2U key on the mod on the nav cluster area. Ewan, hello. Thank you so much for the 6 months. Lane Illustrious with the Prime Gaming sub. Thank you. MSA with the 18 months. Holy, how's it going? It's called a laptop with pre-installed Genshin. Does it have to be Genshin? Could be literally any other game. There's so many games now that basically are. I mean, would Grand Order be worse? I feel like Grand Order would be worse. Fate. But nowadays it's basically every game. Nowadays you have DLCs and aesthetic purchases or whatever, add-ons in like every single game now. Cosmetic add-ons and stuff. Skins and whatever. Aren't the new Diablo games super pay to win? I actually don't know. I haven't played Diablo 4, so I don't know. Diablo 3 wasn't really pay to win on... Well, I mean... there was a real money auction house at the very beginning, and then they took it down, obviously. And then it was just grind. But, they had to adjust a lot of the loot and the drop rates and the tables and everything, but that happened over time also because they changed management. But Diablo 4 though, I don't know. I haven't played it much. I mean, no, sorry, I haven't played it at all. I only tried the beta a little bit, and then I haven't purchased the actual game, so I don't know. D4 remains to be seen with the seasons coming out. I see. Still too early, perhaps. As much as people hate it, it's a money printer. Yeah, I mean, it's a business model that just makes sense. It makes them money, and that's just how capitalism works. Like, if you don't like it, then suck it. Take it or leave it. Simple. Backdrop looks diff. I mean, yeah, I moved, remember? Love the Fate series, but I couldn't get into Grand Order because of a gacha. Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in the universe for the lore and for like all the connections and stuff, but I can't care. I don't really care for the games. I mean, specifically for like the gacha, like and like Grand Order specifically. Only really care about the lore and stuff, but yeah, alas. I think this is the first team I've tuned into since you moved. Oh yeah, probably. Although I think lately I have streamed at pretty reasonable hours for you. Should be like not too late. I mean, should be like close to midnight for you, I think, right? Speaking of capitalism, Diego, have you tried the Grimace shake yet? Is that the McDonald's stuff? No. I haven't. Haven't been to Mickey D's in a while. Why, is it good? It is 11:40? Yeah. Yeah, I knew we were 5 hours away from Greenwich time zone. Every Grand Order artist is an artist for my favorite VTuber, so I want to get into it, but I can't get into gacha. Makes sense. Gacha is manageable if you know how to, and you just need to have the patience, that's all. The one gacha I played that was very good for F2P was Dragalia Lost and got shut down because a lot of players were F2P, so oh, I see. So basically it didn't make enough money to survive. Huh, unfortunate. D4 is better than D3? I mean, yeah, I'm sure any... Okay, except for the mobile Immortal game or whatever, I'm sure any new full-fledged Diablo game, Diablo franchise game, would have turned out better than D3 after D3 had to basically hotfix itself into being remotely playable. That said, I sank a ton of hours into D3, into Diablo 3. And yeah, I did play a little bit of Resurrected, Diablo 2's like remake basically. But I guess I didn't really have time to put too much into it. What the hell is a Grimace shake? I don't know. It's a purple drink that's not lean. Oh, okay. Saw a TikTok of someone screaming after tasting it. I see. Well then, I guess I'm not having it. Hi Kim, how's it going? There's a lot of memes about it. Oh, okay. D3 has a lesser evil with more or less my first name, so I like it on representation grounds. Fair. Now, today I learned that Abstraction Layer's first name is Asmodan. Just kidding. Raiden birthday today? Yeah, I know. I got the mail. I wish they just gave us more crystal flies. I hate collecting them. They're easy to collect and there's so many of them, but I hate going for them. It's so annoying. I run out of them all the time now because I don't farm anymore. I haven't. I don't think I've done commissions in a minute. I literally just do Abyss and a few. Oh, clear my resin occasionally, but I've really fallen off from playing Genshin every day. It's just a chore. I'm also still behind on the story quests. I'm behind like... How far am I behind? I'm maybe like... Still just after the desert. Not even through the one right after that. Yeah, it's like right after you get to rename that character. That's the last thing I did. No racist lamp, no desert exploration. I have 581 crystal flies farmed? What the fuck? How? Oh my god. That's a lot of crystal flies. Also, I'm like sweating, dude. It's so hot in here. It's been super humid in New York the past few days. Disgusting. And it's not crazy hot, to be quite honest. Right now it's hot because the light is on. It's just absurd. It gets really toasty, and also the ventilation in the room is not like great, so like my fans are running hot, like on my PC, right? So like all the exhaust is like hot. Don't let your resin cap. My resin always caps. Nowadays. I like collecting them. Damn. I mean, damn. I don't. I don't. I don't. It's such a chore. I miss the brick backdrop. Brick backdrop. I didn't have brick on this side though. Like, I didn't have brick behind me. I had brick in front of me, in the previous place. Yeah, circulating warm air essentially. Yeah, it's horrible. And yeah, the insulating, of course. Mini subathon, so Dio can buy a box fan. We actually just bought one for the window, like a window fan. I actually have a circulator like right below me, but I don't want to turn it on too high because otherwise it's just too noisy. Look, I mean, I can turn it on high right now and you guys will realize. It's nice, but yeah, it's too loud. Diego is teaching a few newbies Genshin rules, and I was like, #1 rule is don't let your resin cap. I mean, I guess. Well, at the beginning, it doesn't matter though. What are you gonna do with your resin like until you're like AR 30, AR 25, 30, 30, 40? Yeah, 40. I don't even remember. It's been that long. But I know it doesn't matter until basically you get 2 5 stars per condensed. Basically. Oh, also for those wondering, the PCB was tested before, so don't need to test it today. Where did they put the switches? Here. Yeah, but we're trying to speed run. Oh, okay. You hit 45 in no time, TBH. That's assuming people just do the quest all the way through with no breaks. I mean, you do hit it quickly though. The truth is, you do hit AR 45 or like higher levels pretty quickly. That's true. Wait a minute. These are not MX Blacks. Are they? Are these mixed? Why is there an Oil King in here? Oh, never mind. They're all MX Blacks here. It was just the one switch I grabbed was an Oil King. But everything else is a cherry switch. Okay. I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute. This feels so different. The housing. Because Gateron Oil Kings have this like little slant at the top housing, and I was like, wait, that's not a Cherry MX switch, but it's all right. It's all good. Scammed by Bull. F. Spacebar switch? Yeah, that could work. I did start playing COVID TV, so I'll never know. Orange plate and blue PCB goes crazy. It's like ski data colors. Do people even know what ski data is? I feel like it's kind of boomer knowledge now because it's not a very popular set or board, like vintage wise either. But I love ski data. Simple and looks good. It's pretty lit. Who doesn't? Oh, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised. You would be so surprised. Nowadays, people associate Dolce and modern Dolce to be the Dolce. But then, you know. Well, okay, that's just obviously coming from someone who really likes OG Dolce, but you know what I mean. Look, another Oil King. Finding these is kind of a fun little surprise. It's like I gotta actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Not that I am not paying attention, right? Right? I don't like orange combined with blue. Well, too bad. Suck it. Just kidding. It's all right. I don't like ski data. That's too bad. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to have poor taste. Just kidding, Cap. Just kidding, Kupo. This batch of switches has been like 4 boards over the past 3 years. I have batches of switches that have been in like 10 boards over the past like 6 years. So much that there was this batch of switches that I had to re-lube because it was just like, it felt like it was non-existent. Oh, another Oil King. It's okay to have your own incorrect opinions, Kupo. Yeah. My favorite ski data knowledge is the ski data is stylized for round 2. Yes, that is correct. Smidge, Mr. Yeah. Ski data with the 2 eyes is a stylized thing for round 2. For the round 2 run that with what's that company? The Key Company? TKC. That was one of their, sometime in the middle along their it was like, I think their first GB was GMK Terminal. Ski data came sometime after that. Maybe like a year after that, I forget. It's not too long after though. Back when it was okay, okay? Back when it was okay to join the buys and stuff, okay? You don't have to be all too mean, but I mean they did have a good run when they did. Back when they did. And then kind of devolved, but yeah. TKC runners of all the N9 sets? I mean, yeah. I mean, because Terminal was their first set, I'm sure they were biased for a good reason. Everything goes to shit the moment people start being greedy. I mean, well, isn't that just like a general lesson for everyone? It's true. Generally applies. When Renzu invented keycaps, he did a great job with those vintage styles. Oh boy. Okay. Not sure if it's not seated properly. Oh, I see. Didn't see it properly. There we go. Stabs weren't properly seated. Correction, Mito invented keycaps. Shout out for DSA Scientific, another extremely deep TKC cut. Didn't they also do DSA Drifter? I remember that one being kind of quirky. It was kind of cool set when it ran. I remember I was like, ooh, I haven't had a DSA set in a long time, but it looks kind of cool. Oh, it keeps pushing. Let's have R2 win. Oh boy, that one's a tough ask. I think the right side's kind of Seriously now, Diego, if you want, I can clear your resin. Okay, maybe. I mean, I think it'll be fine, to be honest, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Take off this piece of foam. It's kind of bothering me. It's not thick enough. Okay. It's pretty good. Where's the iconic Lightning Keyboards piece of foam? It went into the trash, actually. I was moving, and I just threw it in the trash because I was too busy packing shit. I was just like, whatever, I'll just get another piece of foam later. And then I never did, because I keep throwing stuff out. End of an era. Yeah, it was also kind of, like, dirty and old now, so I was like, it just it goes into the trash. These switches are... Alright, I see. Maybe they just need to be soldered in. Alright. Nico, hello. How's it going? Rama delivers Kara seek... Oh my god. Has that actually not finished? That's crazy. You would have thought, but... I guess because they do be like that. How are you doing, Mr. Lightning? I'm doing alright. Kind of hot and humid day today because it was thunderstorming a little bit out here in the East Coast. Believe cars on a boat or something like that. Oh, I see. You know some people in it? Don't think I've ever kept up ever since the split. And I don't mean by keyboard splits, but yeah. Honestly, don't care enough to look at posts. How many years has it been since Kara started? Kara started in 2020, right? Or was it 2021? Maybe it was 2021. I think it was late 2020 though. Is my guess actually. All this uproar with Rama, which is fair, but then Salvation take 2 years too, and no one complains about that. Well, so I think Salvation taking 2 years also is worth complaining about in some ways. For sure, there's no doubt. It did take a long time. But at least for Salvation, there were vendors that were guaranteed to continue in the hobby. Like, it ran through Novel Keys. Salvin was providing updates, albeit not positive updates, so to speak. But there are updates. So I think that was kind of like the redeeming factor. There's obviously no excuse to being delayed. Like, it's just life. Delays happen all the time. But yeah, I think the circumstances definitely dictate how it's received by, you know, the other end, in this case, the customers. Oh, another Oil King. And I'm sure there were quite a lot of refunds and the like. Like, I wouldn't doubt it at all that there were probably a ton of refunds. for that one. Sick mouse mat, thanks. I need to melt the solder on that one. Wait a minute, am I actually gonna have enough MX Blacks here? Am I just gonna have to use the gattings? I might have some MX Blacks on the side though. Let me double check. Should have them. Should have some over there. Might have to use some Oil Kings. I mean, I can use the Oil Kings on the keys that are used the least, or literally just on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys, which is not that many, to be quite honest. But let me get my solder ring iron. I'm gonna take out this. I'm actually gonna take this out of the way for now, just so I don't cause any problems. Get our soldering iron here, just for a sec. Do you go out of MX Blacks? Is this your real life or is this just fantasy? I think I should have some here. Let me check. I should have some here on the side. Where's my... Okay. Have you tried TTC hay? What is TTC hay? I have never seen TTC hay. So no, I haven't. I don't even know the name. Alright, I found some MX Blacks. I don't know what exact spring weight they are, but I'm just gonna use these guys. Also, this one has a bunch of solder here. Just needs to be melted. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these, my own here. Just put them on the last 5 keys. You really just got them lying around, huh? Yeah, I mean, because I use them between builds, so it's kind of like inevitable, you know what I mean? Like, once you build enough boards with MX Blacks, you just end up having them around. Alright, cool. What's this? Let's see. Salvin didn't have the means to produce that many boards in a reasonable amount of time. I mean, it was a lot of boards too, right? How many boards was it for Salvation? I don't even remember, but it was like in the thousands probably. Blah blah blah. Rather release some random stuff than do customer due diligence. Do you go out of a mix? Oh no, yeah, I read that. Hey? Hello? Yeah, I have no idea. Oh yeah, I should name my knife in Counter-Strike Fake Custom. Okay. Alright. Did the file that they sent get messed up or something for the client build? No. They just turned out to be Gateron Oil Kings because they both have black housings, so they confused the housings and sent out Gat Oil Kings instead of MX Blacks for just like 5 switches. Yeah, that's what happened. Hi Diego, thanks for building. OC co-designer with Mr. Bull. Hello. Synthetics, how are you? Yeah, excited to try this. You get to try the build with MX Clears yet on the other board? Not like in detail, no. Just like match some, like just like mash type on it, and it was, you know, it's on the quieter side I noticed, but the clears do feel nice. The Ergo Clears. And I did notice that PCB actually was desoldered. So the switches are in the board, but I mean like on the PCB. But they're not soldered technically to the actual PCB. Alright. Alright, good night, MSA. Have a good one. Have a good night. I'll catch you later. Alright, you'll hear some fan noise, which you probably already do anyway. Have to live with it. Hello, Matt. How's it going? The CRP muted it out? Yeah, it might be the PVT, yeah. And clears can actually sound on the quieter side as well. It just depends on the build, but yeah. Probably a little bit more crisp sounding on ABS. Yeah, I mean, we can try both in just a bit after I'm done with these guys. Maybe it'll be more obvious once I do. I'm wondering about it myself. Alright. Soldering should be pretty fast here. That orange goes crazy. Yeah, I really like the orange. I actually was saying that I honestly kind of want a burnt orange anno board. The plate looks nice though. Yeah, but like on a board would be kind of cool. I've seen the color in like a lot of, like, you know, like when these factories and anodizers show you like the sample book, basically they show you this kind of like, this kind of orange is not atypical. Like you actually, I feel like I've seen it on these samples a lot, but never do I see, I don't often see people actually use the color for like long, like large surface area pieces. And so usually small accents, small little things like that. They gave it to us by accident. I asked for pink, but they misread the color code. Oh, I see. Was it like a hex or like a Pantone, RAL, whatever? And it was just misread, I guess. It's a nice color though. Gave them a RAL, they thought it was Pantone. Wait, is it easy to confuse those two? They use different like syntax essentially for writing the codes. I'm kind of surprised, but whatever, happens. I wouldn't think it'd be easy, but hey, is what they said. Well, whatever. I mean, so if you, let's say you have this RAL code, right? You know the RAL code, right? If you look that up on Google, let's say, as Pantone, would the orange even pop up? Or like, what would it take for you to quote unquote confuse the code and turn it into a Pantone that corresponds to this orange? You know what I mean? I'm kind of surprised. The codes are the same 4 digits? Oh, okay. I see. Oh well, I guess maybe if like the message sends without spacing also, it can be a little bit more a little hard to tell what's going on. But okay, fair. I mean, whatever, but you know. We raffled 8 boards in the orange anno. Oh, sick. Oh, weird. My camera flickered for a second because of the electric current difference. think it's just circuitry things. Alright, so our board is soldered. Looks fine. Let's go ahead and put it into the case. NA circuits. Fair. Are there pictures of these 8 orange boards? Oh yeah, I'm kind of curious too. Sounds kind of cool. Only renders? They're still being made? Oh, okay. Oh, that's too bad. Yo, orange anode though? Sounds sick. Yeah, like JD colors. Alright, so this board uses a mounting system that's basically like gasket mount, but uses these like half O-ring shaped strips. I don't know the hardness to them. If you guys want to elaborate, bold or synthetics, you can feel free. But basically these just get placed into the grooves. Pretty simple, but they're like half O-ring shaped. So they go on both sides, so the plate basically is sitting on these, is sandwiched by these O-ring pieces. It's kind of similar to the idea of the F1, right? Yeah. Like the F1 8X, it's the same. It's essentially the same idea because the plate here, as you can see, has these grooves for the O-ring. For the cylindrical portion to fit, and then so it effectively is the same, but yeah, it would be also nice for these guys to not fall out of the grooves once you place them. So pretty nifty to have them as swappable, and also you get to swap things, right? Which is kind of neat in a relatively orderly fashion, so yeah. But yeah, 90A, okay. So on the hard side here. Am I gonna have enough of these? Do I need to use one of the pink ones somewhere? Maybe at the spacebar? That would be not a bad idea. Let me see. Yeah, I'm missing one, right? Oh, there's no spacebar. Oh, my bad. I don't know why I thought it was right there. I didn't look down. Okay, my bad. Okay, so we are all good. Okay, so we have a Pico EasyMate style connector, which is the newer style of, I guess, is it C4 now technically? Universal boards. They use the Pico EasyMate, which is pretty much just a one-way connector here. I'm not a huge fan of them just because they're kind of small and fragile, but I think they are nice connectors nonetheless. But You just sort of line up your plate like that. Make sure all the pieces are on the right places. Just align it, make sure it's in the middle. And then can just put it from the top here. The case is self-aligning. The corners have alignment posts. And then just flip it over. And then screws. Yeah, my bad. I got distracted there. Been a long day. Yes, there is gaskets on both sides. There were on the top case and the bottom case. You just need a wire that goes JC to easy mate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean not the connector, but the yeah, the cable itself is the same as like the quick cables, which is just 1-to-1 connection. I think it's 4 pins, right? So 4 pin, 4 wire, 1-to-1s. As long as you use the correct daughter board and PCB combo, though. Soran did the thing. Wob and I don't care what anyone else says. Okay, sure. It's just standard wob. Soran, just like good old standard wob. No sub legends. You got icon mods? I can look for him. I think I do though. Alright. Anything you feel like today? Okay. Well, if I'm lazy, I could just transfer over what I have on the Rogue over here, but I guess I can just get my WAP set too though. Should I just transfer what I have on the Rogue? I'm kind of lazy too. DCS 9009, please. Oh, do it. Okay, all right. You guys will see what I mean by WAB on the Rogue. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is this? There is murder happening in the chat room. Big Legasp. What is you doing? Soran coping so hard? Oh, I just need to get a full size control though. I can go get that. But this one has it's a combination of regular WAB and NordeUK ISO stuff and R5 bottom row keys. So yeah, and then I just need to get a full size control. My points, I'll give those back to you. There. All right, I can just transfer those over though. Soran's just really exercising rights here. No love for DCS from the mods. It's not even from the mods, it's just the one person who happens to also have mod powers just because why not, I guess. I remember I never really cared, but yeah. What sloth arson is on the top board of Silver TKL? Oh, it's called a Lurv V1 from Prime Caps. So yeah, it's from Prime Caps, like Prime, like Optimus Prime, and then Caps, CAPS. Prime Caps. They used to make a sculpt called the Lurv V1. Nowadays they have the Lurvana. I mean, actually they sometimes do casts of the Lurv V1. It's rare, but they have happened. I'm sure they have molds somewhere. Y'all. What kit is on this wob? So this is regular wob with NordeUK in the Faroe Island layout, and then with Minicom alphas, some Minicom substitutions, and then some R5 substitutions as well. But yeah. How many wob sets do you own? I think 3 total. Alright, let's get full touch control. I'll be right back. Anything but trash blind bag V1. I mean, it can be 2, you know. I have space for 2 artisans, you know that? Alright, I'll go get the full touch control. Where's Kiwi? Maybe I'll bring Kiwi just to say hi, but I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I am back. I just put the full touch control here. Wait, that's not the right blind. That's not the right blind bag, but I got a different blind bag, the Cole Medina one. I couldn't find the trash bag one. I think I have it on the board actually, so I don't have it with me. So I got this one, and I have a bunch of black artisans anyway, so if you wanted to see a particular one. And yeah, sure, I can do your refund. Let's see. Pick a key set, refund. Should I not refund Kupo? Should I just take Kupo's points? Easy clap. Just kidding. I'll give them back to you. Oh, okay. I'm gonna punish Kupo for this one. Basi Ahiago caps. Pick a key set. I'm taking this one because it's such a bad take. I'm sorry. Asiago? Cheese? Sorry, Kupo. Alright, I'll take that one. I'll refund that one. Choose an artisan, anything but trash blind bag V1. That one's gonna be easy. Alright, yeah, sure. We can put a squatch. And actually, you know what? Let's switch the sides. I'm actually gonna do... Oh. Squatch here. And then on the other side, I'm gonna do the... Prage. For extra flavor. Extra sabor. And then I can take Kupo's points because I used anything but trash blind bag V1. Easy clap. And sure, I'll take those points too. And okay, I'll refund those back. Alright. So there it is. The orange is to match. That's why I'm using it. The plate underneath. So let's give this a shot. All right. So let's try. Make sure it's working. Okay, cool. All right, and let me move this over. Okay, and I can turn off this fan here. I'm gonna drink a little sip of water. Alright. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so we have here, this is the OC-62 by Synthetics and Bolt Keyboards. This is currently live worldwide, grouped by through lubeswitches.com. You can check out the link in the build command. This is currently built with MX Blacks, loop with TriboSys 3204, I believe, 62 gram springs and films. Right now for the key set we have GMK white and black with a variety mix of other caps like Minicom, NordeUK, and some R5 mods. We have some artisans here from Level Caps and Alpha Keycaps respectively. And yeah, let's give this a shot. Here with a full aluminum plate and 90A half O-ring gaskets. Here you go. Oh, let me try again. Sounds pretty nice. I do think the mounting system lends itself to a little bit more, slightly more muted sound compared to, let's say, like top mount. I do think like top mount would have a little bit of a more pronounced sound, but as far as the sound itself goes, on this board, it sounds pretty nice. You can definitely tell that it's like ABS double shots, and like thick ABS keycaps, and like it's a very Cherry MX and GMK combo, like very obvious on the aluminum plate. Like I think like if you listen to it, like you're like, oh yeah, those are MX Blacks with like cherry profile caps on an allo plate. So like that characteristic sound is still there. I don't hear any kind of like resonance, hollowness, whatever you might want to call it. So the sound does like have a good amount of development in the case and comes off nicely. And all these keyword streams right now, you, Alex, and Lydia, you think I have a triple monitor setup. Oh, nice. Mr. Hockey, welcome. We didn't break the whole MX bag on Halo ABS Trinity. Praise the Lord. No, yeah, they do sound nice. And I'm going to go through the mods, and then we can talk more about the board and whatnot. Here are the mods. Sounds pretty good. Not sure if you can tell from the top view though. I wish I had the side view, but it's pretty bouncy. It's a lot like the F1 8X bounciness, where like if you just kind of like tap it with your index finger kind of hard, like you can actually see the sides and the corners and like close to the tabs like move. Like you can feel the vibration. And the plate has like these cuts, right? And so you can actually tell that it has some movement to it. which is pretty neat. So like it does have a good amount of movement. You can actually maybe see it on here. Let me see if we can do that here. But like it, okay, let me see how we can show it. But like it does have a fair bit of movement to the plate itself. You can see how it has some play. It kind of sinks in if you like press hard. So it has that kind of like trampoline sort of like motion going for it, which makes it feel pretty flexible. And so it's pretty comfortable. Like it'll feel light, even though like right now I'm using these 90A Giro gaskets, like harder gaskets, right? These O-ring gaskets. But despite that, like the typing feel, like the bottoming out itself is like a bit bouncy. But yeah, fortunately, despite the bounciness of this, it doesn't really have like problems, so to speak, because so if you have a very flexible kind of like mounting system, sometimes like the plate sinks a little bit too much and like you get shorting and stuff. Nothing in in a realistic scenario where you're just typing away, that won't happen. So it's not exceedingly soft. The PCB doesn't have like flex cuts or anything like that, so it's not like just sinking to the bottom. So it's held nicely through the tabs where the gaskets are located. So yeah, the balance is definitely present. It has that leaf spring gasket mount sort of bounce to it. And the look, I really like the bezel proportions on this. Nice and thin on the sides, slightly thicker towards the top and bottom. Has that cherry lip, right? Pretty classic look for the cherry lip. You know, a lot of people have copied it, used it, whatever you want, inspired from it. And it does have some more noticeable chamfers. It also does have a little bit of filleting here towards the back, which kind of like blends in with this chamfer over here. Nice little detail that basically is a bit of a reflection of the cherry lip down at the bottom. Nice little fillet over here. But looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Overall board looks, I can show you. I'm gonna the autofocus here. I think I'm gonna, let's see. Let me move the typing window. I'm just gonna leave the mic here, but and so you can see the weight side profile here. The weight forms part of that side profile, and you can see the chamfers are also pronounced through the seam. A little bit smaller, but very pronounced and obvious seam. Nice side profile here. You still can grab it from the sides because it does have a little space for you to grab it from there. And the USB port here on the back at the center. And a little engraving here. But yeah, looks pretty good here. Here we have the copper weight, which is going to be coming through for the production units. So it looks pretty good. It looks pretty nice, I would say. Yeah. So yeah, here with the orange plate too, looks really cool. So yeah, that's this silver unit. It's a fun design, I would say. Looks pretty nice. I can bring out, I'm gonna turn on the fan here, it's a little too hot. I can bring out the other ones here. Give me a sec. Alright, let's get this weight first. And actually I need to get this guy. This is the purple or blackberry case. Where's that screw? Moving out and about. So the group buy is currently live until the end of this month. So there's pretty much just this week left, I think, right, for the buy? Or maybe I'm not right, but someone correct me if I'm mistaken. I think it's up open till the 30th, which is until this weekend. Until this week, rather. So yeah, check it out on Lube Switches if you're interested. This is the Blackberry colorway. This is the purple or Blackberry colorway. This is another prototype. I did notice this prototype had a different gasket implementation on the bottom piece, but pretty nice though. Nice little color here. This is the bronze weight, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the purple colorway, and then the want to test both the options. See, I noticed when I was opening it up, because I had to take out the S1 daughterboard earlier when I told Bull that I had received the board today. I was like, hey, is there only one daughterboard? And he's like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I was taking off, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should put the Captain Sterling build in there. But I was like, oh wait, the bottom piece has different gasket implementation, so I was like, oh, they can't go in there. So this is the build with the Ergo Clears. So this one has same kind of implementation. I think this one has a full aluminum plate here with MX Clears and some CRP. I can actually try it out if you would like to hear it. Lower this a little bit, just to the same level we were earlier. And then, oh, I'm sure, oh, the PCB doesn't work anyway. So I'm gonna do manual focus here. Sorry about the focus change, but you can imagine it's typing here. So this one is the limestone colorway. This limestone one is the third colorway from the buy. So you can anyway, so yeah, this is like this is like a warm gray sort of color to it, and so yeah, it has a bit of that like warm tone to it compared to a silver, which is just a pure silver. And yeah, this one has Ergo Clears. Technically, the PCB is not soldered, as in like the switches are not soldered to the PCB, which is why you might hear a little bit of movement. I did notice the PCB's 5-pin holes are slightly on the looser side. I assume to accommodate different switches. So when it's not soldered, I think there is a little bit of plate movement, but it should be pretty good because there are all 60 switches here. Yeah, you can see that there's some plate movement there, but that's probably because of the PCB not being soldered directly to the switches yet. So yeah. I assume that would go away once you do solder. So that's the sound of this one with CRP. So there's a CRP keycaps. Again, here, I think this is brass. Oh, my bad. But I think this is brass. This is the limestone colorway. And so you get the limestone, the silver, and the blackberry. So a pretty nice color. I think if I had to pick one, if I didn't have silver boards, I would pick the limestone. It's a very, very I mean, if I already had silver boards, rather, I would pick the limestone because of very, very pretty color. Kind of like on the warm greenish, beigeish sort of side of things. Very fun color, I think. Would match a lot of sets pretty well because of the warm tone to it. And then, you know, if you want something more colorful, more playful, you can go for this blackberry or purple colorway, which again is nice and deep purple. So this is also pretty nice colorway to pick out if you want. I'm gonna mute the mic for a sec. All right, and I'm gonna turn this on. But yeah, so you can see this is silver, which is more like clear, and this is the limestone, which is has that slight grayish tone to it. Pretty nice tone. I really like this color. But anyway, did I miss anyone? Say anything? Let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I do think that the board sounds pretty nice overall. Looks great. I really dig. Just this overall look is super sick. IMO. I do like all the self-aligning elements in there. Makes it for a very, very easy assembly. The intentional seam. Don't have to worry about seams seemingly mismatched or whatever. Yeah, very nice design, I think. And this is currently at $390 US pre-shipping. Tax, whatever, before shipping tax, whatever else is relevant, extras, you know, like if you want PCBs or plates or whatever. This is $390 base price, but I do think it's priced nicely, and it does look pretty nice, and it's quite chunky. It definitely has some heft to it. Synthetics, do you know the weight off of the top of your head or bowl? If you do, you can mention it, but or otherwise I can always just go get a scale, but should be like 4 or 5 pounds is pretty much what I was thinking too. 1.8, okay, and that's built or unbuilt, it doesn't matter. It's around there. It's like in the 2 kilogram range, so pretty decently heavy. I mean, for a 60 especially. Yeah, so pretty nice. I dig it. I would say that if I had like infinite money, basically, this limestone colorway is pretty sick. So I think I would consider getting. Oh, let me see. Hi, Kiwi. Does Kiwi match the board color? This is Kiwi. Sorry for all the cat hair. If you see cat hair, bowl, synthetics, whoever gets it. Do you like the? Oh my god! Gotta get so much hair. Oh. Hi, Kiwi. Say hi. Bye, Kiwi. Whoop. And he's gone. Do you have any sets that match the purple color? I did just get this in from Space Cables. maybe we can check it out together. I requested this to be. So this is GMK Purple Nights. Purple Nights, whichever it is. So, boom. So this one is a much brighter purple, as you can see. And I think the camera leans blue, so it's gonna look a little different. Yeah, it doesn't pick up the contrast nearly as well. I can adjust it, but I do think it's. All right, let me see. It's the reflection also. It's like, yeah, this is kind of on. It's a little bit more accurate like this, I think, without the reflection coming off. But let me see. Can I do white balance, custom? Whoopsie. Set. Let me see. Less blue. Maybe like there. Is that too green? Too red? Something like that. Yeah. It's not coming off perfectly, but that's more or less what Purple Night looks like. And I do have a coloring. So no, Purple Night is not a stock color. This is DY, which is the color from Hyperfuse, and this one is a decent bit lighter. Maybe GMK Violet on Cream or Keycaps Violet on Cream might be a little better. But yeah, kind of hard to say. I don't have Violet on Cream here with me, so I can't tell you. But yeah, Purple Night. It's pretty nice. Alright, cool. Looks like everything's there. Alright. So yeah, that's what the color of the purples, how they compare. Okay. Alright, I think after the adjustment, the purple of the board is coming off a little better. Maybe it's a little bit less. I just need to adjust a little bit less blue, a little bit more green. So I think that's actually pretty accurate to real life right now. The way the color is coming off from the camera. Yeah, this should look, I think, a little better. So if you are looking to know what this one looks like, this is pretty close. It's a nice deep purple. All right, so I guess that's it for the OC-62. Do you guys have any questions? Blackberry matches GMK Lavender quite well. Oh, the dark purple from it. So it's a pretty dark purple then. Makes sense. Alright. Forgot whether or not you've built any Frog Minis, but how would you say the feel, sound compares? If so, surprisingly, I have not built Frog Mini, so I can't quite tell you, actually. But it definitely has a bit of a, that more gasket mount kind of sound, so it's not that, like, more like solid and fuller kind of sounding typing that you get from like a top mount, standard top mount, but the gasket mount is a little bit more muted. And then the typing feel does have a little bit of, it has a little bit of a leaning towards the F1 like, because it has a bit of that like bounciness to it. It's not very excessive, probably because it's also a smaller form factor. I do personally think that form factor matters a ton in how a board can feel, mostly because, you know, it effectively changes where your tabs and where you're mounting and where all the bolts are located, how many of them, the size of the weight, if you have one, that kind of stuff. So it affects like everything. So form factor is gonna affect boards a ton. Unfortunately, I haven't tried a Frog Mini to tell you though, like how it compares as a 60 to 60%. Yeah. So I can only tell you like similar characteristics, but I can't really tell you like spot on what it's gonna be like. Yeah. That's always a difficult thing about keyboards. It's like form factor has to be the same, mounting style has to be similar or close, and then like positioning, things like that do matter too. And then ultimately, ideally, you want same builds or similar builds too, if you want to compare things like sound a little bit more. But yeah, I would say yeah, slightly more muted from top mount if you consider gasket mount, and then there's a little bit of that bounciness to it. So I would say, like, if you're expecting a crisp and loud sound, I would say don't. It's a little bit more on the muted side, but still has still you can still hear the sound. It's still there. There's not much resonance, which is nice. So yeah, I think I would say some people might enjoy this built with long pull switches too, because it probably makes up for the fact that it's on the softer side. And so I'm sure that long pull switches might be appealing to other people. Yeah, not for me because I don't like short travel, but sound wise it might be nice too. Diego keeps budget boards. I wish, yeah, I do like some of the, there have been some 4mm ish travel like long pole sounding switches. I mean, essentially just like Kale Creams, but not Kale Creams, because Kale Creams have a very specific sound due to that pom whatever thing going on for the stem and the housing. But there's been some other like either PC or nylon based housings that switches that have like a long pole like sound, but they're technically not short travel. I think I recently tried out that switch from Haimu that was basically like a standard travel, and it was like had that plastic bottoming out, which is louder than like a standard Cherry MX. Yeah. Drew, what were you banned for again? What? Did he get banned? From what? Anyway. Alright, so I'll probably wrap it up here. I'm hungry and I want to get dinner. So I'll probably just wrap it up here, and let's check who is streaming. Mr. Alex is streaming. Lydia is streaming. Let's see. Ashley is streaming. There's a few people. Yeah, no, I did enjoy it, Synthetics. It was nice. Oh, do you want to say bye, Kiwi? Kiwi wants to, ooh! You can say bye to Mr. the real CEO. The real CEO of this home. Or KEO. Kiwi Executive Officer. One orange brain cell, yes. Best sub. Kiwi, why is your fur so wet? Were you licking yourself? Ouch. Alright. Dinner? Oh, Kiwi already had dinner. Kiwi had dinner earlier. Alright, so we're gonna raid. So let's go raid Mr. Alex Otos because it's been a long time since I've rated him. So let's just go show some love here. Meowgo raid. Kiwi raid, just like Kiwi raid. Meow. Go keyboards. He's not even gonna know what's going on, but I don't care. Oh wait. Pog. Okay, no, forget about it. I can't type with Kiwi here. Alright, there's our raid message. So go type that. Yeah. Say bye to Kiwi. Bye. Alright. I'll see you guys next time. See you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.